Hi, it's Rich Tarani. Thanks for watching TMCNet's Editors Day Santa Clara 2015. With us today is Todd Abbott of Tely. And Todd, welcome. How are you?
Good. Good to be here.
Glad to have you. You've got a relatively new company that we're excited to hear all about. So take it away. Tell us, what does Tely do?
Yeah, so Tely is been around for about 5 years, but in essence, it's a new company with a product launch and a relaunch of the company and a little bit of rebranding that we did last week. So the history of the company started with video endpoints for consumer, moved up into small and medium business as a Skype endpoint for one-on-many video conferencing versus just PC to PC. And what we found is that moving up into medium and large enterprise, there's a couple of key feature sets that were required, and that's launched the third generation product. And that really drove a rebranding of the company and a remissioning of the company focused on bringing video collaboration out of the executive conference rooms and into the huddle space where the vast majority of collaboration takes place.
Fantastic. And that seems to be the big opportunity a lot of the companies in video are looking to help with, right? That's where there's just a tremendous need. A
tremendous need. And I think a lot of it's driven by these millennials coming into the workforce that are so much more tech savvy, so much more collaborative in nature. And IT has been really faced with, how do I address bringing technology into that space, yet it's scalable and manageable from an enterprise IT perspective. And the PC-centric models just don't scale. And the legacy video conferencing guys have just not brought the form factor and price points down to meet the need for the 95% of conference rooms that have no video collaboration today.
So precisely what does it look like inside the conference room, what you supply?
So it's a enterprise quality video endpoint, so 1080p, dual screen, but cloud optimized and cloud managed. So what we're doing is taking the enterprise high price video endpoint capability, putting it into a very simplistic form factor and a price point, and then marrying it with all of the video conferencing as a service solutions out there. So we partner with the Blue Jeans and the Econos and the Zooms and Pexups who need endpoints, manageable endpoints out into all of these vast conference rooms, because historically what they've brought is PC connectivity into the existing video conferencing infrastructure provided by Polycom, Cisco, Lifesize. But what they need are endpoints now that go deeper into the enterprise. And so our endpoint is that same 1080p dual screen quality that you would have spent thousands for from the legacy guys, and now it's a manageable device at the end of that cloud service that an enterprise can deploy broadly across.
So Moore's Law has kind of made it easier for a company like yours to come in and have a more reasonably priced solution?
You know, I think it's as much about being a fit-for-purpose company and not trying to do everything. You know, large companies have a tendency to have a tough time coming down market, affects margins and business models. These video conferencing as a service players have really disrupted the legacy infrastructure players. Yet they need an endpoint. They can't be in the endpoint business. It's too hard to, as small companies, to innovate around the VMR and the bridging technology as well as the endpoint. So what you see, like in a lot of tech growth mature industries, is that new technology tends to disrupt the old model. And VCAS is disrupting premise-based. We're bringing a lower price but same enterprise quality endpoint to marry to the two. And it's not as much about disrupting or taking or displacing the existing, because they're going to be around a long time. But it's about taking that same capability, that same quality, and bringing it deeper into all those huddle spaces and workrooms and small conference rooms that just have no video collaboration today.
Great. What are customers saying?
So we just literally launched the product last week. We've had a number of early partnerships and betas. We GA'd the product this week, so it's a little too early, but for the feedback from the alpha customers is outstanding video quality experience. And then what they like is that we're focused on the workflows that exist in the huddle space. And if you think about that, it starts with, all I want to do is collaborate.
Sure.
Rather than 3 or 4 people holding around a computer screen, a laptop, how do you move into a space and very quickly share content? Second is, now I want to bring in Johnny or Sally who are working remote. And so how do I impromptu invite them into a meeting? This is where the partnership with the VCAS comes into play. And then the third is it's a scheduled meeting. And so how do you know when you're coming into a touchdown area or work area, is it open, is it not scheduled? Or if it's your scheduled meeting, one click to connect and you've got that virtual meeting up and running. We've got to make it as easy and as comfortable for those millennials to collaborate from their computer as easy as that, into that room where they tend to have this this hesitancy, because they've all had the negative experience in the large conference room. And that's what we're trying to do.
And speaking of the computer in the conference room, how does the interop work with your solution and other solutions?
Screen sharing and content sharing is very easy over the traditional wire, HDMI, or over Wi-Fi direct to the device.
Now, how about with, does it have to be point-to-point in terms of your devices? In other words, can I connect with any other sort of standard or any other SIP appliances, things like that?
Yeah, so our device is a SIP endpoint, right? So we have tight integration with the user interface, UI of those VCAS players. It also is a SIP endpoint that can do SIP point-to-point calling. And it interoperates via SIP to any of the legacy infrastructures as well.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So going forward, what are some of the things that we can expect from your company?
I think what you're going to see is us really address those three workflows in the huddle space. If we can make it as easy, as I said, for them to collaborate from their desktop and make it more of a team collaboration in a conference room with remote workers, impromptu or not, it's really focused on that user experience, but it has to be done with the high-quality video experience because, I mean, science has proved, right, over 50% of communication is visual. I don't do voice conferencing anymore. I only do video, and the effectiveness of those calls is just night and day. The ability to share content and see reaction and pause versus a video conference, everything we do in our company is video, and I'm actually a little bit surprised it's taken me this long to realize the power of video. So whether I'm talking to a partner, talking to press, talking to a customer, talking to my own team, my staff meetings are faster, they're quicker. I know myself, when I'm on a voice conference call, I'm doing 5 other things. On a video, I'm focused. And so the ability to share information, communicate, collaborate, video is it just changes the way we collaborate with what is an ever-evolving remote workforce. So we're pretty excited about what we're bringing to market.
Sounds great. So in summary, focus on huddle rooms, high quality, low cost, interoperable, easy configurability, and you're looking to make the enterprise a more productive environment by enabling the easier use or the frictionless use of video across the entire company.
And all managed over the cloud so that your business partner providing the VNOC, the Video Network Operating Center, or your own IT department has the ability to manage, update, debug. So a scalable technology where enterprises can now deploy 50 to 100 of these and not worry about it.
Thanks, Todd. This was awesome.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.